Hey guys, what's going on? In this video I'm going to tell you about the differences between two different grammar apps, namely Grammarly and Ginger. I've been using both of these apps for a long time now, so I know all the features because I'm using them every day in my work. I work as an editor, as an online publisher. I work in content marketing. So I always have to make sure that all the content I put out is of high quality. And both of these apps are useful in this regard. However, there are some important differences you should take note of. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about in this video. So in a moment we are going to jump into my screen. So we will do a quick screencast where I'm going to show you exactly how I use both of these apps and what are the main differences between them, what's the pricing, and in which sequence should you use these apps, and how I use them in my personal publishing process. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to get more content like this in the future. And now let's check the review. As I said, I work in content marketing on a daily basis, so I need a tool that will enable me to correct any grammar mistakes and enhance the use of language in the stories I write or I receive from other writers. And that's exactly where Grammarly and Ginger come in. These apps are only available in English right now, but you have different variants of English you can choose from. So for example, British English or Australian or American English and so on, Canadian. And right now I'm using the premium version of Grammarly, which is $11.66 per month, billed as one payment of $139. So you do one payment and you have it for the whole year. And I also use the Ginger software. For now I use only the free version because Grammarly is basically covering all the bases for me. But I'm using both of these apps. So they are both really helpful. And actually right now I'm writing an article about these differences between Grammarly and Ginger. So I will put the link in the description so you can check out the full review, as well as you can find the affiliate links to Grammarly and Ginger in the description as well. In terms of which one is better, which app is better, I would definitely say that Grammarly is on the top of the list because it's so much more advanced and it has much more investment money behind it, and it has really amazing features I use every day. So let's take a quick look at the draft of this article I'm writing. So I will show you the primary differences. So you can see that Grammarly is $11.66 a month if you go annual, and Ginger is $6.24. So Ginger is for sure cheaper, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's better than supported languages. In Grammarly you have English, US, UK, Canadian, Australian. In Ginger, US and UK. Then you also have mobile apps you can install. So once you install these apps, basically they allow you to use all the features of Ginger or Grammarly, but on your mobile device, which is super helpful because nowadays the vast majority of business communication takes place through mobile devices. Then you have Microsoft Word add-on for both of them. This is really useful when you receive content from different writers in a Word format, so then you don't really have to open Ginger or Grammarly. You just go into Microsoft Word and then you can use it right there. So as you can see in my taskbar, I have both Ginger and Grammarly, so maybe we can open them really fast. So you can see the interface. Okay, so that's Ginger. And that's Grammarly. right? And then what else? You have browser extensions, which are quite helpful. Grammarly has browser extensions for more browsers. Then both of these apps don't really support Google Docs, but when it comes to storing and syncing documents in the cloud, Grammarly does it, but Ginger doesn't. So this for me is super helpful because I'm always on the road and I have a phone, I have my tablet, and I have my laptop. So I use these different devices to edit stuff. And then when it's syncing, I have the most updated version of the file always in one place. So I don't have to deal with a different version. This is super helpful. Then a free trial. Unfortunately, these apps don't have a free trial. Grammarly works for both iOS and macOS, but Ginger is only available on Windows. Right, then you have discount for students, but you have to sign up as a group. Then you have discounts for businesses, but you need a team that's around 3 people or more in both instances. Then Plagiarism Checker. This is super helpful. This is one of the best features of Grammarly. So it can, in a few seconds, it can check your text or the text you receive from someone else against billions of websites and tell you if it's plagiarized or not. Then you have a human proofreading service in both apps, but it's unfortunately a little bit expensive, so I don't really use it. This is super important, keeping text formatting intact. So once you paste something into the Ginger editor, you lose the formatting of your text, but Grammarly keeps the formatting of the text, which allows you to copy and paste the text between different apps. For example, Microsoft Word, then you want to copy it to Google Docs and maybe then to WordPress or some other type of CMS. Then the formatting is kept by Grammarly, which is super helpful. Then Grammarly also gives you some useful document statistics. It allows you to import and export documents. Then when it comes to text-to-speech, Grammarly doesn't have it, but Ginger has it in the premium version. Both apps also allow you to create a personal dictionary of words that you use frequently, for example, industry-specific words. And then when it comes to translation, Grammarly doesn't have it, and Ginger does it. But it's nothing really spectacular. It's the same type of translation you would get with Google Translate, so it's not really worth it to pay extra money for it. And then word definitions and synonyms, in both instances, yes. But in Ginger, you have to go to a separate tab, which is a little bit time consuming. However, in Grammarly, you can do it straight within your browser. Excuse me. So, for example, I click 2 times on any word in the browser and I instantly get a definition. So that's a quick overview. And now let's take a look at the text I would like to edit within the app. So as you can see here, I have an article about 12 best gadgets for writers. So that's how Grammarly works. It analyzes your text, excuse me, and then it gives you these suggestions, basically alerts, so you can either approve them or dismiss them. And not all of them are super accurate, but overall it's super helpful when you want to clean up an article really fast. So if you want to just do a basic cleanup, you can do it easily here. Then you also have statistics. You can download the report, so you have word length, sentence length, readability score, and so on. You can set different goals for what kind of audience do you write for, the formality, domain, tone, and so on. So then Grammarly would give you different types of suggestions, which is quite helpful. Then here you have the plagiarism option. So let's do it really fast. As you can see, it's checking. Okay. And the great thing about it is that it will show you from which pages exactly the text is copied from. It's taking a while, okay. Yes, here it says 78% because this article has been already published. Then you can also send it to proofreaders. But unfortunately, this is, as I told you, a little bit expensive, right? So for this article, I would have to pay $40. So you can get a service like this cheaper on Fiverr or Upwork or somewhere else. Okay, so that's basically, and also here you have the formatting and different types of options. You have the language preference and so on. So as you can see, it's quite an advanced tool that you can use to format content, right? But then if we jump to Grammarly, you can see that the interface is a little bit more simple, and it works in a different way, because in Grammarly you go through each alert one by one, but in Ginger it finds these different issues and mistakes, and then it highlights them. Okay, as you can see here, it takes a little while, maybe 1 or 2 minutes for it to pick up all the issues, and then you just accept all of the changes, and it will change everything within the whole text. But for example, here we have, okay, Rocketbook, I don't want it to change, so I basically dismiss that, right? And then once I'm happy, once it highlights these different issues, then I just click accept all. So you can already see that compared to Grammarly, it doesn't give you a lot of suggestions, right? So with Grammarly, especially with the premium version, you will get many more suggestions. So what I do is, first I usually paste the text I want to edit into Ginger, and then I move it to Grammarly for more advanced edits, right? So let's take a look at a few options here of Ginger. You have the translation option, you have dictionary, synonyms, favorites, but to be honest, I never use these options here. I only go here to the main editor because I just need my text fixed really fast, and that's it. So first I put it in Ginger, then I move to Grammarly, and finally when I'm happy with my text more or less, then I use the Hemingway app, right? Because the Hemingway app, it allows you to see the length of sentences really easily, so you can clean it up without any issues. So I think that's it. I could talk about it a little bit longer, but I think you got a good overview of how both apps works. So I hope you liked this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you like to see more of this type of content in the future. And also, as I said before, in the description of the video, you have a link to both the full review of Grammarly versus Ginger and the affiliate links to both apps. So if you want to buy a premium version or even the free version, I would be happy if you used the link I put in there. Okay, so Take care and good luck with your content marketing efforts.